right, I think we're live. Just give me a couple minutes. Make sure we're good to go. Barinator, welcome back. How's it going? It's going good for me. How's it going for you? Welcome back. Welcome back. Alright, let's give it a minute or two before we get started. How's it going, Barinator? We got some more games tonight, guys. A couple more I'm going to be adding in. Shuffled up the alert cards quite a bit too, so we'll go ahead and try that one again. I know you guys like that. So this is how this is going to go. It's another game night. We've got 3 today, one at 4 p.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. Central Time. This is where I host the games and you guys play them. I also keep score. Whoever gets a point, if it's ever your first time getting a point on this game show, you enter the Hall of Fame. We also have a Hall of Support for everybody who's ever supported the channel. Currently have 3 people on there, but one is staying anonymous until I hear further from them. I did send them a message, though. Hey, Bronny Lee and Simon D, welcome back. Bronny Lee, Simon D, kind of rhymes. Of course, we have the Hall of Champions where one person will enter the Hall of Champions every single stream. And I think I'm pretty good. All right. We're going to go ahead and kick it off with Guess That Balloon. I have slightly changed the rules. So, you guys are only allowed 2 guesses for Guess That Balloon. I've had a lot of technical difficulties, so much so I didn't stream yesterday. Tried my new setup out, and it will not work in my current space. So that is yet to come. It'll be a little bit once I move. Hopefully in the next few months I'll have multiple new setups. But I also did start making a game last night that I would like to try out by tomorrow for you guys. I'm excited for that one. I think it'll be a little tough, but I think it'll be a little fun. So it's going to be Guess That Animal Sound. We got a library of animal sounds, and we have 2 new games we're trying today. All right, guys, we're going to move on to Mike Tone said he's joining in a later stream. Awesome, awesome. All right, guys, we're going to play Guess That Balloon. This is where the first person to correctly guess what I'm making in 2 guesses, 1 guess per comment, will get a point on the scoreboard. You guys are now only allowed 2 guesses for this. Just because the regulars used to spam it. They know what I make, they spam it so much. So only 2 guesses are allowed per balloon. The first person to correctly guess what I'm making gets a point on the scoreboard. Wait, you're changing to PC. That's a good move. It goes a little bit faster. That is a point for Bronny Lee. First person on my screen to say Swan would be Bronny Lee. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, guys. Bronny, your name's going on the scoreboard as pink since you're in the Hall of Champions. Welcome to the scoreboard, Bronny. We'll go ahead and add them real quick. And then we will keep going. That is 1 point for Bronny. We're going to go ahead and play another game of Guess That Balloon. The first person to correctly guess what I am making, you only get 2 guesses, will get a point on the scoreboard. You forgot about, I did almost forget about my newest addition to this. All right, that way we can let newer people know what we're about in this game show. It's a live game show where I host them and keep score. You guys play them. There are 3 leaderboards you can enter. There's the Hall of Fame, where all you have to do is earn 1 point on this game show ever to enter into the Hall of Fame. Hall of Champions. If you're not already in the Hall of Champions, you must get the most points, and then the Hall of Supports for anybody who supports. We're going to play another round of Guess That Balloon. First person to correctly guess within 2 guesses will get a point on the scoreboard. Only 2 guesses are allowed, just to keep it fair for newer players. All right, Barinator, well, I'll be here all day. We've got 3 game nights today and 3 or 4 tomorrow. That means this weekend, 6 to 7 people will join the Hall of Champions. And I do try to stream all day on Monday as well, because I know Mondays suck for a lot of people. Gun is correct. Who's the first person on my screen to say gun? That'd be Brawny. Another point for Brawny. Brawny's coming in strong. Brawny's coming in strong. All right, guys, we're going to do one more round of Guess That Balloon, and then we're going to go into a fan favorite, Blurt. I listened to the crowd, and everybody was disappointed that Blurt was going to be leaving, so I just shuffled the cards, and we'll try it again. Hey, welcome, Derek. First person to correctly guess what I am making will get a point on the scoreboard. Colors do not matter because the regulars are so good that I have to give them a bit of a challenge. Sword is not correct. Alligator is not correct. First one to get it. First one to get it. I'm just going to hold it. I'm not even going to bother shaping it. You guys get it so fast. Heart was correct. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to Blurt after I give the point out for Heart. First person on my screen to say Heart was Barinator. Barinator, welcome to the scoreboard. You are entering the scoreboard as pink since you are in the Hall of Champions. Whoever's entered in as blue is competing to enter the Hall of Champions. Currently, there's nobody, but we just started. These streams are 2 hours long. All right, guys, we're going to move on to a round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. Blurt is a fan fave. Brawny is correct. Didn't look like a scoreboard. Got the scoreboard right here. All right, guys, we're going to move on to Blurt. Blurt is a fan favorite. The first person to correctly tell me the definition for either word will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: an imaginary monster that looks like a giant lizard with wings and claws. The second definition: something that is asked. Grayson, if you don't like Blurt, that is okay. Correct. We have another game. We'll just play a couple rounds of Blurt, and then we'll introduce the new game. But Blurt will be played because it is a fan favorite. Question is correct. First person on my screen who said dragon would be Simon D. Simon, welcome back. It's good to have you back, Simon. I'm going to add you to the scoreboard. Simon, welcome to the scoreboard. You're currently in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions, since the other 2 on the scoreboard are already in the Hall of Champions. Simon D coming in with 1 point. And the first person on my screen who said question would be Barinator. Another point for Barinator. Barinator and Brawny both have 2. Simon has 1. We're going to do one more round of Grayson is trolling. Does spelling count? There's only one game in here that spelling counts, and that is password, because it's called password. All other ones, typos are okay. So we're going to continue on with another round of Blurt. Brawny, thank you. I will keep an eye out. Call out. Nope, but I can write it down. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: a seed or dry fruit with a hard outer shell. The second definition: a woman who becomes a member of a church order. Let's turn my light up so I can read these. Derek, I'm going to write down your suggestion because I do love to hear from the players and what they want played on here. So I wrote it down. All right. None is correct. Simon, I'll show you my scoreboard in a second. First definition: a seed or dry fruit with a hard outer shell. First person, Simon, I will adjust that in 1 second. We're going to finish this round, and then I will go back and let you know. Barinator got none. 1 point for Barinator for getting none. Big point. A seed or dry fruit with a hard outer shell. I'm going to put 10 seconds on the clock. If nobody can get it, then we're going to move on. A seed or dry fruit with a hard outer shell. Grayson, are you on the Hall of Fame? I can check. You are not. I did just check. Nut is correct. Nut is correct. Hey, Grayson, now you are. And Simon, give me 1 second and I will let you know. Grayson, welcome to the scoreboard. I have to add your name. The Hall of Fame, you have to earn 1 point on this show ever to enter the Hall of Fame. We have over 100 people in the Hall of Fame. And Grayson, that was a funny time to ask. Now that this is your first time getting a point on this game show, after the show, I will be adding your name to the Hall of Fame. Or once you enter, you never leave. Give me 1 second. We have a discrepancy in the chat. I am not sure where Javier is. Bronny said you got nut first. Bronny said you got nut first. All right, guys, I'm going to check. I'm going to pop out the chat and show you guys who got everything first on my screen because we do have to have some way to break the ties. So give me 1 second. Popping out the chat right now. Simon, you asked us spelling count, and I said no. You said, well, then you got it. The first two were Dragon and Question. First one on my screen, who said Dragon? Oh, it was. Hey, it was. It was Simon D. Okay, then I do make mistakes, and I do like to correct them. So 1 point is going to be taken away from Bronny from saying Dragon, Simon D. Wait a minute, Simon, didn't I give you the point for... Oh, I gave you the point for Question. I gave the point to Bronny for... Okay, Simon, you're at 2 points. Thank you for checking in on that. I do like to be fair. Fair, fun, and friendly is the environment we're going now. Bronny, you said you got... Were you the first person to say nut? Oh. Bronny, you did say nut first, and I'm not going to take the point away from Grayson, because I do say once you enter the Hall of Fame, you never leave, and that would go against it, so I'm going to give you a point for that as well. Grayson, you're going to go ahead and keep your point, because I made the mistake, and I do try to be fair. Oh, I didn't even... Sorry, I forgot to show you guys my screen. Bronny, you did say nut before Grayson, but Grayson, I'm not going to take your point away because I did say once you enter, you never leave. The only time you leave is if you get banned. All right, guys, we're going to continue back on. This firework is for the new sub. I'd like to celebrate that. All right, we're going to continue back on. Scoring system seems like it needs some updating, not very reliable. Yes, this stream is only about less than 2 weeks old, but we are making improvements every single day. Every single day we are making improvements. So it is a work in progress. You don't... What's even the point of the point system? If you get the most points by the end of this stream, you get entered into the Hall of Champions, where we keep track of everybody who's won. If you get 1 point, you enter the Hall of Fame. Grayson, it's up to you. I can take you out of the Hall of Fame. You can stay around, get a point, and then I'll keep your name in. I'll let it be to you. All right, Derek, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it. We're going to play another round of Blurt, and then I will read your suggestion, Derek. I am open to all suggestions. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, a sweet dried grape. The second definition, a heavenly body that orbits the earth and reflects the sun's light. All right, Grayson. I like you being fair, Grayson. I hope you stick around because it's that fair kind of attitude that we appreciate here. Moon is correct. First person on my screen who said moon. Oh, and raisin was correct. 1 point for Bronny. 2 points for Bronny. Guys, the 3 key things of this... Your improvement idea is maybe a small man who stands behind you updating the scoreboard and maybe a little more reliable. Well, this is not a profitable game show yet, and so I would not be able to afford that as of right now. So it is a one-man show until it gets bigger, and I do have a lot of future plans. It is just we have to hit certain milestones for that to happen. But there's a lot of work in progress, and we are less than 2 weeks old. You have a feeling Bronny has intel. He does not. Bronny has been here for a while. Baroneer has also been here for. We got a couple regulars in right now. We're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. That's fair enough, Bronny. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a unit of length equal to 5,280 feet or 1,609.34 meters. The second definition, a large area of ocean or sea that is partly enclosed by land. Golf is correct. Derek, you didn't get a sympathy point. I made a mistake, and sometimes you have to pay for your mistakes. First definition repeated. A unit of length equal to 5,280 feet or 1,609.34 meters. Roughly 2 kilometers makes this. Not Hector. Ronnie, you already said it. Did you already say it? Oh, you did. Oh my God. Why is my chat so small? Can I not extend this? Hold on. Yes, you did, Bronny. Yes, you did. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Okay. I see what's going on. Thank you, Bronny. Another point for Bronny for mile, and a point for who's the first person to say golf would be also Bronny. Bronny, you said both. I do believe they give you the point for golf, so I'm giving you a point for mile as well. All right, sorry, guys. I was in the wrong viewing, so my chat was half, so it was kind of harder to see. So, hey, Simon, we'll be doing 3 shows today, so if you don't have time to stay for this one or a bad internet connection, try another one. Another symptom. All right, Derek, I'm going to put you on a timeout for 10 minutes for distracting the game. You can either play, have fun. We try to be fair, have fun, and be friendly. I'm just going to put you on timeout because you are distracting and a lot of reports of trolling, and we just want to continue on with the game. Be fair, fun, and friendly. So you can either play, and if you think I made a mistake, you could just address the mistake, and then we try to fix it. So I am only a human. I make mistakes. But that's okay. We're going to continue on another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. He's not banned. He's just in the timeout. Continuing on, the first definition, and up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, the 6th letter of the English alphabet. The second definition, one of a pair of long, thin feelers on the head of an animal. F is correct. It's a point for Bronny. That's not a sympathy point. He earned it by saying it first on my screen. Antler is not correct. Antenna is correct. That's another point for Bronny. I know with the internet can kind of seem some unfair sometimes. Many people can say something first on their screen and it'll show many people said first. We need some level of Bronny is not cheating. I promise you, Bronny is not cheating. Yes, guys, we've had a lot of recommendations from previous players that if you play on the PC, if you play on a computer, then your internet connection can be faster. Other times, also, if you're at home and you're on mobile data, if you switch to your Wi-Fi, that can potentially be faster too. Grayson, we do not have those kind of conversations. I'm going to put you in a 10-minute timeout. You're going to come back. If you come back and say one more thing, you'll be banned. If you come back and just have fun and play, you can play. But we are not here to cause issues of any kind. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, a quick flash of light made by electricity. The second definition, a male goose. It is not lighting, guys. It's not a swan. I'll reread the definitions. A quick flash of light made by electricity. The second definition, a male goose. Zap is close, but it's not that. Yeah, you know, guys, I kind of figured you were right, but I wanted to give them a chance to have fun because even trolls like to have fun, you know, and some people, I've had people come in here. Spark is correct. A male goose. Some people come in here trolling and then they leave as a subscriber and somebody who just was like, you know what, this is fun. So I do like to give people chances. Simon D, how are you sending blank messages? And I don't know if anybody has the second one, so we're going to go ahead and put 10 seconds on the clock. A male goose. First person who said spark would be Bronny. Gander is correct. Another point for Bronny. Guys, I appreciate you helping me out with making sure everything's fair, fun, and friendly. We'll play a couple more rounds of Blurt, maybe get a couple more people in, and then we will move on to one of the new games we have for today. You got the third version of it. Yeah, you're on your way to beating it, man. You're at 9. You're on your way to beating it. That's exciting. This is always a fun one. Blurt is where I give the... Hey, Simon, by the way, you're in the lead with 2 points for entering the Hall of Champions. Guys, Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a leather case for holding a pistol, usually worn on a belt. The second definition, a woman who is about to be married or who has just been married. Zap was not it, but Zap was close. It was spark. You're 5. Holster is correct. That is another point for Bronny. Bronny, you're at 10. Bride is correct. And the first person on my screen to say bride, that was a close one, but it was Yuvra. I don't know if I'm saying your name right or not. I do apologize, Yuvra. Welcome to the scoreboard. Give me a second and make sure I at least spell your name right here, because it's very important for my records after the show. Yuvra, it looks like this is your first time earning a point on this live game show, which means after the game show, I will be adding your name to the Hall of Fame, where once you enter, you never leave. Congratulations, Simon. You now have a competitor. Simon's at 2. Yuvra is at 1. Whoever has the most points at the end of this 2-hour game show will get entered into the Hall of Champions. Oh, no, Simon. Yeah, you got to stay on your toes till the very end. We're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is, might as well leave. No, you'll get it, Simon. You'll get better. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a fabric or leather bag made to be worn on the back and used to carry equipment on a hike or march. The second definition, the den or home of a wild animal. The den or home of a wild animal. First definition repeated. A fabric or leather bag made to be worn on the back and used to carry equipment on a hike or march. Layer is correct. First person to say layer would be Bronny. Oh, Layer, you might upset just for fun fishing if he comes in later and sees you beat his high score. That'll be exciting. That'll be exciting. It was not backpack. It is not backpack. It is not bag. It is not tote. I do get excited when that score's been beat. It's only been beat a few times in the last 20 streams. I will give you guys a hint. Knapsack is correct. You didn't need the hint. That's a point for Barinator. Barinator at 4. Bronny 11. Simon 2. Yuvra 1. Another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. You can't lose for the Hall of Fame. You only need 1 point ever to get in there. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. The first definition, a toy that spins on a point. The second definition, the place where one was born or raised. Those were good. Remember, guys, Blurt goes from too easy to too hard to too easy to too hard. I'll repeat them. A toy that spins on a point. Top is correct. Another point for Bronny. And then a place where one was born or raised. I would have accepted spinning top if it was first. And these are dictionary definitions. But it was not first. The place where one was born or raised. Birthplace is not correct. I'll give you guys a hint. It's another word for house. Home is correct. Home is correct. And the first person on my screen who said home would be Dale. Dale, I have to add your name to the scoreboard. Dale, welcome to the scoreboard. Looks like we have a new competitor for today. Dale Shaver. Dale, it looks like this is your first time ever getting a point on this game show, which means after the show today, I will be adding your name to the Hall of Fame where you only have to earn 1 point to enter and your name never leaves. We have a little bit over 100 people. We just hit 100 people a couple streams ago who have been entered into the Hall of Fame. Those were good ones. Pause. You like the harder ones. That they were. Yep, we go back and forth. All right, guys, we're going to move on to another game after one more round of Blurt. We're going to move on to one of the new games we have for the show. I do try to add new games every single week. We're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition. The sport of fighting with long, slender swords. The second definition. A U-shaped metal or wire fastener. Simon, we will do password after a couple rounds of the new game. Got to test it out. Fencing is correct. Another point for Bronny. Staple is correct. Another point for Bronny. Make sure you said it first. Yes. All right, we're going to move on to a new game. This is Family Feud. All right, there can be anywhere between 4 and 8 answers to the question. There can be anywhere between 4 to 8 answers to any of these questions. I'm going to give you guys a question, and up to 8 points can be handed out to anybody or to the players. Did you only get 1 point? Real raffle with the Care Bears. Baronair, don't start that. You did get both points. Did I only write 1 on the board? You got 1 for fencing and you got 1 for staple. You got 1 for fencing and you got 1 for staple. You did. I think I did only give you 1. My bad. Bronny, you are at 15. All right, we're going to move on to Family Feud. Family Feud is, I got to figure out how. I'm going to give you guys 15 seconds after I see the, Simon says, I'm going to give you guys 15 seconds after I read the question. Up to 8 points for this round can be handed out to the players. You're allowed 1 guess per comment, as many comments as you'd like. For now, this one's subject to change throughout while we figure it out. Name something a husband might do when his pregnant wife yells, "It's time." Name something a husband might do when his pregnant wife yells, "It's time." All right, we have our first answer. We're putting 15 seconds on the clock. Many points can be handed out to the players. Only the first person who says it will get a point. I'm actually going to give you guys a little bit more than 15 seconds because there's not a lot of players in. The timing will always change based on how many players is in. All right. Time is up. I'm only accepting the answers above when I said done. Name something a husband might do when his pregnant wife yells, "It's time." All right. Clean is a funny answer. It is not on here. Cry is not on here. Take her to the hospital is on here. That's a point for Simon. Drive. Well, that would be take the hospital is already taken. So, get the car ready. We're going to say take the hospital is already. Oh, well, oh, no. Keys and get car is on here. So, get the car ready is correct. Another point for Bronny. Panic. Yep, that was the first one. Who said panic? That'd be Simon. Firework for the new sub. You can then get ready. That was already keys and get car. All right, guys, that was the first round. Hey, paparazzi, welcome. Baronator, hope to see you back. We have 2 more streams after today. We're going to play another round. We are going to play another round of Family Feud. I think this is already starting to go well. So here's how Family Feud works. For this round, up to 7 points can be handed out to the players. I'm going to read you guys I'm going to give you guys a category. You love this game. Love it. I'm also enjoying it too. It was recommended by, well, I got it, and then Javier really wanted me to try it. So hopefully he's in today to try it. So we're going to play another round of Family Feud where I will give you guys a question or a category. The first person to tell me the answer, either of these answers, will get a point. On this round, up to 7 points can be handed out to the player. The first, okay. Name something you might offer someone even if they didn't ask for it. I'll repeat it. Name something you might offer someone even if they didn't ask for it. You're allowed 1 guess per comment, as many comments as you would like until I take the time out. Ooh, these are good answers. These are good answers. Name something you might offer someone even if they didn't ask for it. The slower the chat, the more time you guys have. The faster the chat, the less time you guys have. Name something you might offer someone even if they didn't ask for it. Many points can be handed out to the players. We're going to go ahead and stop it right there. We can't go forever on that. Only accepting the answers above when I said done. All right, starting at the top. Money. Money is correct. 1 more point for Simon. Simon, you're at 5. Help. Help is correct. Another point for Bronny. You're at 17. Food is correct. Who said it? Simon, you're at 6. Simon, you're in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions. Gum. Mint is on here, so I'm going to give it to you for that because we just have to be close enough. And that's also how they do it as well. Advice. Yep, that's on here. Not surprised. Ronnie, another point. Snacks. Food was already said, so I'm not giving that out again. And then drinks. It is on here, but I have to make sure you were the first one to say it. Drinks and beverage. Simon, it looks like you were. Another point for Simon. All right. I forgot your snacks. Yep, yeah, that's because food was already on there. Simon, you are destroying it, and you're on your way to entering the Hall of Champions. That's exciting. All right, we're gonna play another round. Actually, Simon, you had requested we played Password, so we'll do a couple rounds of Password, and then we'll go back to Family Feud. Maybe when we have a couple more people in. All right. Password. No, forget that. All right, we might just go back to it soon. We're still going to play another round of Password. Password is where I give you guys clues and hints to my 1-word password. We'll play 1 word and go back to Family Feud. Password is where I give you guys the clues and hints to my 1-word password. The first person to get it correctly without any typos, capitalization is okay, or does not matter. We'll get a point on the scoreboard. This is a type of nut. This nut is in a lot of candies. I believe it's as a dark brown husk. It's oval shape. It's kind of almost shaped like a football. Mike Tones coming in with the almond. Welcome, Mike Tones. Mike Tones. Welcome to the scoreboard, Mike Tones. welcome back. Almond was correct. Mike Tones, you're already in the Hall of Fame. And you're one of the few people in the Hall of Supporters, too. Much appreciated. Let me go ahead and add Mike Tones. Mike Tones, if you enter the Hall of Champions this stream, you would be the second person to enter all three halls. All right, we're going to continue on. All right, we're going to do another round of Family Feud since it's already becoming a fan favorite very fast. Simon, you have 7 points. Yuvra, 1. Dale, 1. Mike Tones, 1. Baronator, 4. Brawny, 19. Brawny's trying to beat that high score. And seeing how much time we are into this, he has good odds of beating it. All right, guys, we're going to play a round of Family Feud. On Family Feud, 4 to 8 points can be handed out to the players. This round of Family Feud allows 4 points to be handed out to the players. I'm going to start the time once I see the first answer. Name something you know about bees. I know, I'm sorry. The scoreboard will be electronic eventually, just not right now. Name something you know about bees. Hey, just for fun fishing, welcome back. Brawny's trying to destroy your high score. We're going to go ahead and stop it right there. I'll accept the answers above when I said done. Honey is correct. 1 point for Simon. They sting would be correct. That is a point for just for fun fishing. Just for fun fishing, welcome back. Your name's being entered as pink since you are in the Hall of Champions. And yes, you still currently hold the high score. 1 point for you. Gave the point. All right, continuing on. Let's see if anybody else said the other ones. All good guesses. Not on the board, though. Bees do sting. Bees do sting. I promise you, bees sting. Fun fact about bees, and this is actually a answer on here. The sting kills the bee. Wasp can sting you many times over and over, but a bee can only sting you one time. It can only sting one time in its life, and then the stinger detaches from the bee and it dies. So yes, they sting. They don't sting often. All right, we're going to continue on to another round of Family Feud. Well, welcome back. Up to 8 points can be handed out to the players. You are allowed 1 guess per comment, as many comments as you want before I end the time. I don't start the time until I see the first comment because of the latency. If you lived in the Sahara Desert, name something you'd have to get used to. If you lived in the Sahara Desert, name something you'd have to get used to. We're going to go ahead and stop it there. I'm only accepting the answers above when I said done. All right, repeating the answer, and then we're going to continue on. If you lived in the Sahara Desert, name something you'd have to get used to. Water is incorrect. Heat would be correct. That is 1 point for just for fun. He was the first one on my screen to say it, but it was close. I will give the point to you, Simon, for sun, because sunburn is on here. I see. All right, sand is correct. Another point for just for fun. Ooh, a Mirage. Mirage is not on here. That is an interesting answer. Camels is not on here. Nothing. Nothing is not on here. Dry. Ooh. Dry is not on here. Dust. Ooh. It's not on here. Scorpions. Sunburn Shades. Nope. I gave this sunburn point to Sun because that was close enough. Here to defend your title. Oh no. All right. We're going to move on to another round of Family Feud. And for the replayability of this game, I've decided not to read the rest of the answers. Although we do have, I think, 100 cards. You put starving and thirsty way before we move on. Starving and thirsty were neither answers on here. Starving and thirsty were not actually answers. All right, we're going to move on to another round. I'm going to double check. Yep, starving was not on there. There's, yep, cool. Continuing on. We're going to play another round of Family Feud. Up to 5 points can be handed out to the players this round. All right, Simon. I will wait. What is your question? But I can't wait too long because we have a competition going on. Mirage was not on there. The questions do have to be on the card. Simon, go ahead and ask your question. I'll scroll back and get to it. Oh, here we go. No, Simon's been playing. We're going to continue on. I can't hold the game just because you're switching to your PC, but I am doing 3 today and 3 to 4 tomorrow, and then probably 3 to 4 Monday. Continuing on with another round of Family Feud. Family Feud, up to 5 points can be handed out this round. If you had fingers as fat as hot dogs, name an activity you might have trouble doing. If you had fingers as fat as hot dogs, name an activity you might have trouble doing. I will be adding 30 seconds at the end of the show, at least, because of waiting. We're going to go ahead and stop it there. All right. Typing is a correct answer. That's a point for Just for Fun. You're at 4. Eating. It's not on here. Cooking. Not on here. You guys, these are good answers. They're just not on here. I will give the point to Bronny for cleaning, since one of the answers is picking up things. So I will give you the point. If you guys have ever seen Family Feud, they're pretty lenient, and that's actually how I've been most of this game show. Clapping is not on here. Writing is not on here. Sports, not on here. Throwing and typing. Typing was already given out. All right. Move on to another round of Family Feud. On this round, up to 7 points can be handed out. Good to see that you're still here. Up to 7 points can be handed out to the players on this round of Family Feud. You are allowed as many guesses as you want before I stop the clock. Only 1 guess per comment. If you do put more than 1 guess in a comment, I only read the first one for this game. Continuing on. Name a way a monkey can probably tell you're not another monkey. Name a way a monkey can probably tell you're not another monkey. What a goofy one. And guys, just so you know, I'm experimenting with either timing the questions or just accepting a certain amount of answers and then just hitting done. Not different answers, just counting the answers. So I'm just experimenting with this one to see what makes the most sense to keep it flowing. Hair, it says not hairy on here. That's close enough. That's a point for just for fun. You're at 5. Face, that is a point for Bronny. Bronny, you're at 21. Kiss is not on here. Eyes, not on here. Hissing, not on here. Hug is not on here. Skin, not on here. Standing, I'm going to give a point to Bronny Lee. It says walking, but standing, it says walk. That is close enough. They would be able to tell from that. No tail is not on here. Looking at from looking at you, yes, as you're technically correct, it is not on here. Ears, who my face was already said. Mocking, not on here. Nose, face was already said. Eye contact, already said. Clothes, ooh, clothes is a point for just for fun. You are at 6 points. Not in tree. Not on here. All right. And mocking again, but not on here. All right. We're going to a round of blurt. We also have another game I want to try to introduce this stream or next stream. I might introduce it this stream to see how it goes. And then those will be the 2 new and then possibly a new game tomorrow as well. I just have to finish putting it together. So pretty late working on it. All right, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a small piece of shaped metal that is used to open or close a lock. The second definition, a book of maps. Key is correct, and that is 1 point for Mike Tones. Mike Tones, you're at 2. Guys, I'm still trying to get in the habit of reading the scores as it give you a point. Atlas is correct. That's a point for just for fun. You're at 7. Oops, wrong marker. Hold on. I erased 2 of your points just because I marked it with the wrong marker and got it too close. So I'm giving back 2 points. So you're still at 7, just so you know. I know this isn't the most efficient way to keep score, guys. I will have an electronic scoreboard. You know, you guys heard me say it a lot. There's just a lot of things I got to work on. And I had a lot of technical difficulties. Not today, Bronny. I don't know. Bronny's getting close. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Just for fun fishing, I have a feeling that if you miss a stream and Bronny's here the whole time, he might be taking your high score. And of course, just for fun fishing, if you beat your high score, obviously it changes and you beat it. All right, the up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, someone whose work is to chop down trees and get the logs to a sawmill. The second definition, the act of gathering a crop. And these are the dictionary definitions. Lumberjack is correct, a point for just for fun. Where are my point things? Harvest is correct. First person on my screen who said harvest. Oh, I keep going to the wrong one. There we go. Give me a second. Sorry, I have an analytics way I can view this and view it how you guys view it. But if I view it on my end, the analytics, I get to see a lot more answers at once and it makes it easier. Just for fun. And I keep forgetting to do that sometimes. 9 points. Looks a lot better when I do it this way. That PC is fire. You've Rob, I'm going to go ahead and pop out my chat and show you. It's not a glitch. So how this works, and then we're going to continue on. You've Rob, it's not a glitch. So what happens is if you send the chat at the very similar time that somebody else sends it, it's going to show multiple people on their screen that you both sent it at the same time because of how the internet works. Because on your guys' phone, you have to send the message out into the world, and then it has to reach me because I'm hosting. So on both of your guys' screens, it tells you both that you got it first. And so we use my screen to break the tie. So I will show you. Let me zoom in a little bit more. I will show you guys on my screen. Just for Fun Fishing did say lumberjack first. And just to go back up a little bit, here's the old round. Just for Fun Fishing. Oh, right, this one. Lumberjack, and the first person who said harvest was also Just for Fun, and he did get both of those. So, Rob, it's not quite a glitch. It's just latency in how the internet works. So, I do try to make this as fair as possible. One day I will permanently have the screen on. It will take a little bit. You are allowed, and you are absolutely allowed. Sometimes when somebody answers a question really before everybody else starts answering, it's way up there. I don't even catch it. That's a common mistake I do make. So I like to pull out the chat. I do make them. We do try to be very fair on this game show. And I owe so much thanks to a lot of the regulars. They really, really help this show be fair. So, we're going to continue on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Yes, Simon, you have 9. You are in lead for entering the Hall of Champions. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: a band or strap worn around the waist to hold up clothing or for decoration. The second definition: a color that is made by mixing black and white. Yes, FFF, fair, friendly, and fun. Belt is correct. That's a point for Brawny. Brawny, you're at 23. Gray is correct. That's another point for You've Raw on my screen. You're the first one to say it. You've Raw. Jonathan, welcome. Welcome back, Jonathan. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt. We have a couple minutes till the halftime 5-minute break. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for break is in a couple seconds. Break is in about a minute or 2. Oops. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. First definition: a barrier that must be jumped over. A barrier that must be jumped over in a race. The second definition: to mix and work a substance by folding, pressing, or stretching with the hands. Hurdle is correct. It's a point for Brawny. Brawny, you're at 24. Need is correct. That's a point. Oh, that's another point for Brawny. Brawny, you're at 25. Uh-oh. And they do have to add 30 seconds at the end of this game show because of the distraction earlier. We have time for probably one more round of Blurt, and then we're going to go break. One more round, not one more card. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: an animal that lays eggs and has feathers and wings. The second definition: an animal covered with long, sharp quills. Bird is correct. Point for Brawny. 26. Porcupine is correct. Who's the first person to say porcupine? Oh, Brawny, man. You've got your match made for you just for fun. Both your guys' internet's on fire. Yes, chicken is a type of bird, but these are the dictionary definition words. These are the dictionary definition words. So we are going for very specific here. All right, guys, it is time for the break. So how the break works is when you guys see the break sign that is currently not loading, what happens is at the sound of the gong, is when the 5-minute break starts, and at the sound of the air horn is when the break is over. When you guys hear the sound of the gong, we start. I do keep a timer, a stopwatch on me, so that way you guys, I can be as fair as possible. So we're going to go ahead and start it now. And we'll be back in 5 minutes. Hey, it's Shannon. I host the games and keep score while you play them by commenting. The 3 key principles for this game show: we want to be fair, we want to have fun, and we want to be friendly. I personally want to thank this community and everyone in the Hall of Fame for helping develop this positive game show experience. If you would like to support the channel and enter the Hall of Supporters, my Cash App is Shannon1742. My PayPal and Venmo are mindfuldiscovery@yahoo.com. These should be pinned in the comments. If you donate, please let me know what name or username you would like entered into the Hall of Supporters, or if you would like to remain anonymous. Another way you could show support is by purchasing my book, Beyond Solitaire, 52 Unique One-Player Games. This is a book on learning the rules for 52 solitaire-type card games with various levels of difficulties, chance, and skill. I wrote detailed instructions for new and experienced players to be able to learn these games, along with setup pictures for examples. Beyond Solitaire, 52 Unique One-Player Games is available on Amazon as a paperback book and on the Kindle store. It is also enrolled in the Kindle Unlimited program. We have a minute left in the break. Who will enter the Hall of Champions tonight? a few seconds. The Hall Champions back on. Fair, fun, friendly. Friendly banter's fine. We just don't want, to really cause any issues. So friendly banter's fine. Guys, I'm going to be a lot more lenient when I'm monetized. I just do know that they're doing a thorough AI overview of your entire channel. That's why the chat is not staying up for a little bit until I can make sure that that is fully appropriate. I did run into an issue the very first time I put it up, almost immediately. All right, that's back up. All right, continuing on. We're going to play Guess That Balloon. The first person to correctly guess that balloon will get a point on the scoreboard. Only 2 guesses are allowed per player. 1 guess per comment. Only 2 guesses are allowed per player. And we're back. You can always turn down your sound. If you think that balloon hurts your ears, you would probably be right. Because it hurts mine. Sleep can be unbearable sometimes. Oh my god, only 2 guesses per player. Oh. Not a dog, not a mouse. First person to correctly guess it gets a point on the scoreboard. Not a motorcycle. For the most part, sword. The first person on my screen who said sword would be Baronator. Guys, just so you know, as a hint, the balloons I make take about the same amount of air every single time. Bob, we're trying to be friendly, fair, have fun here. Please keep it appropriate. All right, this is a game show where I host them and you guys play them. First person to correctly tell me what I'm making will get a point on the scoreboard. You're only allowed 2 guesses per player, and then we're going to move on to a brand new game right after this. Simon, you did write sword, but you were not the first person. Guys, this one hot. To get another. We're going to try that again. We're going to try that again. Simon, you did write sword, but you're not the first person on my screen who wrote sword. Womp womp. Hot balloon is a great guess, but we're going more specific than that. Last round of Guess That Balloon for now. We're going to try a brand new game on this channel. And then you guys will see every new game that's added this week. Well, maybe. I have another game I really want to add this weekend. Been working on it. I was up late working on it last night. A lot of effort has to... Oh, wow. Guys, pretend the head is a lot smaller. I don't know how extra air got into there. It was supposed to be a butterfly. It was supposed to be the correct answer. Somehow a lot of air. I must not twisted it enough. Butterfly was going to be correct. Sorry about that. First person on my screen say butterfly would be just for fun. Fishing, where's my scoreboard? Just for fun, you're at 10. All right, we're going to move on to a new game called Guess in 10. The category is sports. You guys, I'm going to give you clues and hints, and the first person to correctly guess the sport will get a point on the scoreboard. All right. The buzzwords are ball, net, and spin. This is typically played indoors. You can play it as singles or on a team of 2. All right, Baronator will be here. You can play it on a 9-foot long table. You are played with a 2-colored racket. The other hint will give it out. Ping pong is close enough. The other hint was I am also called ping pong. I thought that was too much of a hint, though. So I would have accepted table tennis or ping pong. Table tennis or ping pong. Bronny. Point for Bronny. Bronny, you're at 28. We're going to play another round of Guess That Sport. The buzzwords are ball, net, and jump. This is a team sport. It can be played indoors or outdoors. Slam dunk and three-pointer are types of shots in this sport. Dribbling is an important action in this sport. Michael Jordan is one of the greatest players of this sport. Basketball is correct. I'm going to have to give the point to Mike Tone, Simon D, because you didn't put it in the same thing. I'm going to have to be fair and give it to Mike Tones. Simon D, you're in the lead at 9 points, though. You are in the lead at 9 points. You guys can also turn off autocorrect. Autocorrect is great to have on during password and not too great to have on during a lot of the other games. All right, we're going to do another round of Guess That Sport. The buzzwords are speed, strength, and ball. This is a team sport, typically played outside. I am played with 2 teams of 15 players each. Passing and tackling are common actions in this sport. It's not football. I am played with an oval-shaped ball. It's close to football, and it's very... Rugby is correct. First person on my screen to say rugby would be... I do not know how to turn off autocorrect, because I do not know what phone you have. Just for fun, fishing... 11 points. We're going to play one more round of Guess That Sport, and then we're going to move on. First person to correctly guess this sport will get a point on the scoreboard. I am played with a large and heavy ball. This could be single or it could be played on teams. You have to play it indoor. You are also known as 10 pins. Players can score a strike in this sport. Bowling is correct. First person on my screen. Welcome back, Ref Wolf. First person to say bowling would be Just for Fun Fishing. All right, we're going to move on from Guess That Sport. We're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, to close and open one eye quickly. The second definition, to take water out of a boat. Wink is correct. Grayson, you don't like Blurt. That's fair. That's why I play multiple games throughout the stream. One stream is not just one game. Derek, you were not bullied for your appearance. I don't even know what you look like, so this is not a whole fake game show. I don't know why you would think it's fake. I'm just trying to be fair. I'm sorry if we have different opinions on what is fair. But welcome back, and I hope that you can have fun, because I do try to make it fun. I do try to make it fair, and if somebody is spamming the chat, it is hard for me and hard for the players to have fun. I know this isn't for everybody. You are allowed to swipe away if it's not for you. This is a work in progress, and I do try to keep it fair, and a lot of this fairness even comes from the other players keeping it fair as well. First person on my screen to say wink would be Ref Wolf. Welcome back, Ref Wolf, who is in the Hall of Champions, so you're entering as pink. Welcome to the scoreboard, Ref Wolf. And it wasn't a sympathy point. I made a mistake. So I guess, yeah, sure, it was a simply point. But you know what? Then he even corrected it and asked me to take him off the scoreboard, so I did. Try to be fair, fun, and friendly. First person on my screen to say Bale, because I did see it, would be Bronny. Hey, Charlie Whaley, welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Richard Green, we're on the second half of the first one. We've got plenty more. Welcome back, Richard Green, Charlie Whaley, Refwolf. We've got a lot of regulars just slamming into the second half of this stream. All right, guys, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt. And for the people just joining who've been coming here for a while, we added 2 new games. Blurt is where I give the dictionary. I can read the score real quick. Bronny, 29. Baronator, 4. Simon D, 9. Currently in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions. Yuvra, 2. Dale, 1. Mike Tones, 3. Just for Fun Fishing, 12. And Refwolf, 1. Continuing on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition: they return each year of the date on which an event happened. The second definition: idle talk or rumors that are often not true. Richard Green, there are 2 more streams today. Anniversary is correct. That is a point for... Hello, Derek. Welcome to the game. Anniversary is correct. That is a point for Bronny. I can always pull up my screen to show you guys who got it first. We do need some way to keep tie. Idle talk or rumors that are often not true. Gossip is correct. First person on my screen to say gossip was Just for Fun. Just for Fun. I didn't even realize you answered it so far back. And continuing on. We'll do one more round of Blurt, and then we will. Perfect. We'll do one more round of Blurt, and then we're going to move on to Family Feud. Yes. If you have to ask Simon the question, the answer is probably yes. Daniel, all you have to do is comment to play. First person to get the correct answer on any of the games will get a point on the scoreboard. All right, we're going to play a round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. Every other round of Blurt is easy or hard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, Derek, I will write down these suggestions. The first definition: to spend the winter in a state resembling deep sleep, as some bears do. The second definition: a drawing or picture of the outline of something filled in with a dark color. AWM, that was too far ago, so I'm not going to check. You guys have to do it right away. Or at least close to right away. Hibernate. First person to say hibernate on my screen was Bronny. Bronny, you're at 31. Shadow is close. Outline is close. They're not correct. Does start with an S. I will repeat it. A drawing or picture of the outline of something filled in with a dark color. Have a good one, Charlie. It's good to see you back. It's not sketch. It is not rigged, Grayson. This is a dictionary definition word. This is a word in the dictionary, and I read the definition. I did not write the dictionary. I did not write these cards. All right, Grayson, I will show you on my screen who wrote hibernate first. I will show you once we give the point out for silhouette is correct. Once silhouette is correct. Silhouette is correct. First person on my screen. I do have to go back. I did give the point out for hibernate. I'm going to pop out my screen and show you guys. I'm going to pop out my chat and show you guys. I can't leave it popped out because a lot of people like to put inappropriate messages in here, and the health of the channel is very important. So we're going to go back up to hibernate. We're going to go back up to who said hibernate first. Here is my screen. Just so you can see, Grayson, you said it here. A bunch of you probably, it shows that you said it first on your screen. We have to use my screen as a tiebreaker. How it works is if you guys all said it close around the same amount, close to the same time on many of your guys' screens, it'll tell you all that you all said it first. But since I'm the host, the messages are all traveling around the world to get to me first. So the first person to say it on my screen, because we need to be fair, so we need to have some system for breaking ties. So we use my screen. First person on my screen to say Hibernate was Brawny, and the first person to say Silhouette, I have not given the point out to. So we're going to scroll down together and see who the first person to say Silhouette was. Brawny again, right here. Brawny again. That is final. You guys all saw it yourself. Brawny has 32, and I do remember giving you the point for Hibernate. And we're going to continue on. Eventually, I will... There is no... Derek, there is no cash prizes, Garrett. There's no prizes being handed out. No, not now, Ref Wolf, because we want to keep true to the game. Derek, there are no cash prizes handing out. I am doing this. Your name gets put on a board, a piece of paper. There's no cash prizes. So we're going to continue on. There's no monetary prize, Derek. Derek, we're just going to continue on, and I'm going to put you in a timeout for 24 hours. You can come back tomorrow when you have a better attitude and stop ruining the game for other people who are here to have fun. I'm going to put you on a 24-hour timeout. I would love if you came back and just had fun with everyone else. So you are on a timeout. All right, we're going to continue on to another round of... Oh, I did say we'd move on to Family Feud. All right, Family Feud is where up to 8 points, Family Feud, 4 to 8 points can be handed out during different rounds of Family Feud. This one is 8 points can be handed out to the players. I'm going to give you guys a statement or a question or a category, and you'll see in a second. And once I start seeing the times, I'm gonna once I start seeing an answer, I'll put time on the clock. One answer per comment, as many comments as you would like, until I say done. Give an expression that contains the word dead. Give an expression that contains the word dead. Give an expression. So an expression is a bunch of words, or a couple words, or one word. Dead serious isn't on here, but that's a good example, just so you guys know. Guys, the word dead must be used in the expression. Hey, Dollar, welcome back. Dank Rose, welcome back. Grayson, you're going on timeout. You can't even send private messages on YouTube to my knowledge. Grayson, you're going on a 24-hour timeout for the trolling. We're going to get that turd out of here. You can come back when you're here to have fun. All right, done. The more people we have in the chat, the less tolerant I will be on trolls, so that way we make it fun for everyone. I just like to be lenient and give people second chances, because just because somebody's having a bad day doesn't mean they can't change their attitude and have a good time. I know that can be hard, but they're welcome back. They're not getting banned. If I see them again and they're trolling again, they'll just be banned. And the bigger the stream gets, unfortunately, the less lenient I'll be able to be. All right. Moving on. Dead wrong. Is dead wrong on here? It is not. Dead stare. Not on here. Dead laugh. Dead laugh, not on here. Dead serious, not on here. Dead body. Not on here. Dead games. Guys, if you don't get any points, I'll have to actually just go ahead and read some of these. Dead body was close, but it's not on here. Dead, I'm not reading. Nope, dead cold, dead skin, dead people. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and read a couple of these just because nobody got a point. Dead man walking, dead end, dead beat, drop dead, wanted dead or alive. Nobody got any points. So we're going to play another round. All right. Brooklyn, you probably just made another account, so I'm going to hide this user on this channel. Let's get that turd out of here. There's no prize. Who got timed out was I think it was Derek. So easy once you hear them. I know. I thought that one would be a little tricky. Oh, that was the trickiest one we've seen. All right, we're going to continue on to another round of Family Feud. Eventually, I won't have to check the back of the card for the name. All right, up to 5 points can be handed out to the players. Name someone, real or fictionary, who was very greedy. And I'm sorry, up to 4 points can be handed out. Name someone, real or fictionary, who was very greedy. All right, up to 5 points. That one I don't want to say it, but it's on the card. Don't know if these ones are, the last three are going to be said, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. All right. I will tell you guys, I am apolitical. I do not vote. I do not watch the news or anything like that. I did not write these cards, so you can hate me, like me, don't care. I am just playing a game and reading off of the cards. Trump is on here, so I'm going to give the point to Ref Wolf. Grinch, point for Dank Rose. Dank Rose, you were the most recent point person to enter the Hall of Champions. Welcome to the scoreboard for today. Giving you the point for the Grinch, and the Scrooge is also on here. Richard Green, welcome to the scoreboard. You're also on the Hall of Champions. Simon, you're currently in the lead for entering with 9 points. I did watch the comments and nobody said the other two. I'll go ahead and let you guys know them. It's King Midas and Fat Bastard. I agree, the answers were funny. Remember, I did not make these games. There are some games you guys will see that I made. All right, we're going to play another round of Family Feud. Up to 5 points can be handed out to the players. Name a fruit that is used to describe a woman's body or part of it. Good answers. Go ahead and stop it there. Pineapple. Guys, there's some funny answers. I've honestly never heard anybody use a pineapple or a grape to describe a woman's body. This was a fun one. Peach is on here. 1 point for Ref Wolf. Pineapple is funny. Pear is on here. Another point for Ref Wolf. You're at 4. Mike Tone's got cherry. You're at 4. I feel like plum should have been on here, but it's not. Melon is on here. It's a point for you, Simon. You're at 10. The only other one I didn't see, Simon, the eggplant would be for the other gender. The only one I saw on here was apple that I didn't see any of you guys say, and I've also never heard an apple used to describe that. All right. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? I better not sing it. I don't know if it's copyrighted. All right, we're going to play one more round of Family Feud and then switch it up. Up to 8 points can be handed out this round. Who lives in a melon under the sea? I couldn't control my laughter on that one. Name something on which you wish you could get a lifetime guarantee. Name something on which you wish you could get a lifetime guarantee. These are good answers, and I'm seeing some of them on here. Wouldn't cars be nice? A few more seconds, get some more answers to come in. Simon, keep it appropriate. That was an appropriate answer for the last game, but if you keep spamming eggplants throughout the game, eventually it won't be appropriate. Unless, thank you, Simon. Guys, I am lenient. Unless you start trolling right away, then, you know. All right, time. I will give it because life is on here, so I will put time on there. 1 point for Simon. Food. Food is not on here. Wishes. It's not on here. Car. Oh, don't we all wish? Not on here. Oh, that'd be a good one. Money is on here. Another point for Simon. You're at 12. I'd love a lifetime guarantee on a car. 27. I've been through 9. Rent is not on here. House is not on here. Pizza. Lifetime guarantee on pizza. That I would also accept that. Pizza's lifetime of pizza. Nice car would be nice. Job is on here. Another point for Mike Tones at 5. God, these saying your guys' answers is one of my favorite parts about this show. It's very fun. Burger, candy, dental work. That dental work is, man, that stuff can be expensive. That would also be a good one. You're good, Simon. Dank Rose said money first. Let me see. Did Dank Rose say money first? I do believe I gave the... Oh, you absolutely did. My bad. Yes, you did, Dank Rose, way before Simon did. My apologies. Dank Rose, right there. Simon, you have to take one of your points away for being fair because I made the mistake. Continuing on. See, this is why I like the community. You guys are so fair with each other. This is I'm okay with kicking out trolls and stuff like that because we're just building a fun, fair community, you know, fun, fair, and friendly community. So, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Let me see how much time we have left. We got about half an hour. I do have to add some time at the end of the clock, about 30 seconds. All right, Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a great flow of water onto land that is usually dry. The second definition, a body of water that is smaller than a lake. Flood is correct. That's a point for Reffel. Pond is correct. Another point for Reffel. Reffel, you're at 6. We're going to do one more round of Blurt, and then we're going to do the other game, the new one. The planet of, up to 2 points can be handed to the players. This is where we read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first definition, the planet of our solar system that is farthest from the sun. The second definition, in the Middle Ages, a person whose job was to entertain and amuse a ruler or lord. Pluto is correct. One point for Brawny for Pluto. You're at 33. I'll read the scores out in a second. Jester is correct. There's another point for Brawny. Brawny, you're at 34. Yes, 34. I'll go ahead and read the scores amongst the champions. Brawny's at 34. Baronator, 4. Just for Fun Fishing, 13. Refwolf, 6. Dank Rose, 2. Richard Green, 1. And amongst everyone else who's competing to enter the Hall of Champions, Simon in the lead with 11. Yuvrov, 2. Dale, 1. Mike Tones, 5. All right, we're going to play Guess That Sport. This is where I give you guys clues and hints to a sport in the first person, the sport or physical activity like sport. First person to Ref Wolf, please do not do the bear thing until the end of the show or during the break. We want to just keep it fair and easy to be able to read the chat. That was an impressive night the other night, though. Just for you guys who weren't here, I spent an extra hour sitting in the chat with Charlie, Barinator, and Anissa watching Ref Wolf name over 100 different types of bears in existence, from Care Bears to real bears to people with bear in the name. Continuing back onto the game, and I will be adding 1 minute at the end of the time. You guys must guess that sport. The buzzwords: control, strength, wind. I am an adventure water sport. This is going to be played in single or teams. My equipment is also a mode of transport. The wind can have a major influence on this sport. In fact, I don't know how the wind isn't the major influence on the sport. You need a boat. Sailing is correct. I'll let you guys know how much left in the stream in 1 second. Point's going to go to Ref Wolf. Dialing, I believe you meant sailing, so I'll go ahead and give it to you, Ref Wolf. You're at 7. All right, guys, left in the stream is we have about 25 minutes left. We're going to play another round of Guess That Sport. I'm going to put a dot in the chat so I can keep track. All right, the buzzwords: throw, ball, swimming pool. This is a team sport. I have 2 words in my name. I originated as a form of water rugby. Players must use only one hand. Water polo is correct. And I honestly have never played it, so is polo short for water polo? I'm honestly not too familiar with it. It's become known as polo. Okay, so I'll give it to the first person who said polo or water polo. I just Googled it because I want to be fair. You like Guess the Sport, Simon? Good. Well, Bronny said polo. Bronny at 35. Yes, we play a variety of different games every single time. Frosty Soul, welcome back. We're currently playing Guess That Sport. You have to guess the first person to correctly guess the sport based off the clues and the hints that I give. Will get a point on the scoreboard. Welcome back, Frosty Soul. The 3 buzzwords: court, throw, ball. This is a team sport that can be played outdoor or indoor. You need a ball for equipment. Each team is made up of 7 players. A match has 2 30-minute periods. The players are not allowed to kick the ball. It is not basketball. Handball is correct. I've never even heard of handball. Good job, Simon. Simon, you're at 12. Good job there. Yeah, actually, Simon, you got it. It was handball. I'd never even heard of handball. Good job. Good job. You played it before it. I never played it. I might have to try it. We're going to move on to another round of Guess That Sport because this is a nice, fast one. And it's kind of fun. I'm learning. The likes of people are similar. Awesome. Welcome back, Frosty. All right, guys, we're going to play a round of Guess That Sport. The first person to correctly guess what I am describing will get a point on the scoreboard. The buzzwords: adventure, coordination, paddle. This is a team sport. A life jacket is usually worn in this sport. I am a popular water sport, even though I've never heard of it as a sport. I am often enjoyed as a fun adventure activity. It's not kayaking, it's not rowing, but they're close because those are 2 separate than this. This isn't an you need I can't say that word. It's typically a blow up. Brady Williams, we're playing Guess That Sport. The buzzwords are adventure, coordination, paddle, and I am looking for the exact word on this. Rafting is correct, just because all the other things that you guys are guessing, like canoeing, kayaking, and rowing, are also in here. So I do have to be a little bit more precise with this one. Although if you said raft and it was rafting, I would have given it to you there. Dank Rose said, sorry you can't stay. Hey, Dank Rose, we got 2 more today, and then I think 3 to 4 tomorrow. All right, first person who said rafting. Oh, Richard, I'm going to give it to you for saying whitewater rafting, because that is close enough. I couldn't give it out for canoeing or kayaking, because I believe they're in here as well. But rafting, whitewater rafting. What's rafting? You're pretty much in this blow-up boat and taking paddles and going down either a stream or just a river, or just having fun. That's what rafting is. Think about like kayaking, canoeing, or just think about being on a boat that can pop. I don't know why people do it. So continuing on to another round of, is that the Titanic? It might as well be. Frosty Soul, I love joining your game shows. Awesome. Yes, Richard, on mine, I'm sorry, Ref Wolf, on mine, whitewater rafting was right above rafting. So I can always point it out, plop it out to show you. All right, we're going to move on to another round of Guess That Sport, and then we're going to switch it up. This can be played singles or in teams. This is almost always outside. There's no equipment. Stamina, distance, and speed are the 3 buzzwords. Stamina, distance, and speed. A marathon is a popular version of this sport. Usain Bolt is one of the greatest athletes of this sport. Running is correct. Point for Simon D, currently on 13. You know, I feel bad for some of the people who are just entering and think that this is rigged or stuff, because I know I have some technical difficulties with not having the chat up all the time and stuff, and so that's something that's a top priority. But it's a developing stream, and I appreciate the support for you guys for sticking around while it's developing. I do appreciate it a lot. It will get better and better. I do put like my heart and soul into this. When I'm not on stream, I am just working to improve this stream. Up almost all night, every night, just to add things to it. Spent 4 hours yesterday on something just to find out it wouldn't work. But, you know, that's okay. That's just part of it. That's just part of it. Just fail a lot along the way and just learn and keep going. We're going to play a round of Blurt. Blurt is a fan favorite where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on this scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, the planet on which human beings live. The second definition, a weapon consisting of a container filled with a material that can explode. Earth is correct. Good job. Yes, Simon, you're doing good. You're doing good. Okay, a weapon consisting of a container filled with a material that can explode. Grenades closer than bullet. Bomb is correct. First person on my screen who said Earth would be Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf coming in with 8 points. First person on my screen who said bomb would also be Ref Wolf. You were a close second, though. Where are you, Ref Wolf? I just gave you a point. There you are. All right, continuing on another round of Blurt, where I give the dictionary definition for 2 points. The first person tell me the correct point for... I'm sorry. We're going to move on to Blurt, where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. We'll play Password next. The first definition, the period of time in which the Earth makes one complete revolution around the sun, equal to about 365.25 days. The second definition, a reddish-brown or orange coating that forms on iron when it is exposed to air or moisture. Year is correct. First person, Bronny Lee. Oh, Bronny. Hogging up that scoreboard. Oh, I'm going to have to get a bigger one just for you guys. Rust is correct. First person was also Bronny Lee. So yeah, I do have about 11 whiteboards because I work on a lot of projects. So I need a lot of whiteboards. I might have to swap out and get a bigger one. All right. Password. We're going to move on to password. All right. Already We have about 16 minutes left in the stream. Password is where you guys have to guess my one-word password based off of the clues and the hints that I get. Typos are not allowed. You breathe out of this. You breathe out of one of these at a time. Typically switches every few hours which one you breathe out of. They're the opening at the end of your nose. What is the opening at nostril is correct. Spelled correctly. Ronnie. All right, we're going to move on to another round of password. The first person to correctly guess my one-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. I see it. We're going to keep going. A pot and a pan does not fit in this category, but a fork, a spoon, and a knife does. What do you call a fork, a spoon, and a knife? What do you call something you use to help you eat? Silverware's close, but it's not quite it. Utensils is correct. That's 1 point on my screen for Mike Tones. All right, guys, I will be adding another 30 seconds on the scoreboard because I have to take care of something. It looks like we have a troll alert. Hold the heck on. Hold the heck on. Iris, you're welcome back in 24 hours when you are not trolling. But for now, I'm putting you on a timeout. All right, guys, let's get that turd out of here. And continuing back on with the game. All right, let's couple rounds of password. We're going to play. We're going to move on. Read scores. Simon D, you are at 13. Brawny, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 38. Just for fun is 13. Ref Wolf, 9. Dick Rose, 2. Richard Green, 2. Dale, 1. Mike Tone, 6. Yuvrov, 2. Simon D, 13. I said that again. Barinator, 4. I'm adding a minute and a half on the end. All right. We're going to play a round of Family Feud. Up to 7 points can be handed out to the players. Name a kind of animal that could use a facelift. Name an ugly animal that could use a better looking face. Name a kind of animal that could use a facelift. Frosty Soul, if you just want to hang out, cool. You don't have to compete. You could just play for fun. All right, Barinator. Oh, blobfishes are ugly. I will admit, blobfishes are ugly. And we're going to stop it there. Name a kind of animal that could use a facelift. Your mom. Oh, man, Ref Wolf. Oh, sorry for throwing you under the bus. That was just a really funny comment. Oh, you might not want to show her the stream now. All right. Sloth. It's not on here. Blobfish should have been on here. Pig. Pig is on here. You've Rob. Point for you. You're at 3. Gorilla. Monkey's on here. Close enough. Point for Richard. Pufferfish. Not on here. Blobfish. Not on here. Hyena. Not on here. Chimp. Monkey was a point. He was already given out to Monkey. Walrus. Not on here. We have things like Bulldog, Pitbull, Hippo, Hound Dog, Sharpei. I don't know what a Sharpei is. It must be the type of thing. Adios. Mike Tones, if you're leaving, I hope you come back later for a couple more rounds. All right, we're going to continue on. Also, I'll be doing 2 more today, 3 to 4 tomorrow, 3 to 4 Monday, because I know Mondays suck. All right, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. Simon, you're already in the lead. Simon, you're already in the lead. And it is not determined until the end of the show. Some people can come up here and just destroy. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. First definition, a short sleep, usually at a time other than one's regular sleeping hours. The second definition, a large machine with a long arm that is used for lifting heavy objects. Nap is correct. Ref Wolf, I will check in a second. Crane is correct. First person on my screen who said nap would be Brawny. Ref Wolf, I know you're on the Hall of Champions. I will check if it's not updated, then I am sorry. I will update it. It should have been. Another point for Brawny for Crane. Ref Wolf, I have you as number 21 on there. I have you as number 21 on there. Oh, I see. It's not. It's interesting. I must have. It will be updated by the next one. Thank you for pointing that out. We're going to continue on to another round of Blurt. Well, if Ref Wolf's not on there, that means Dank Rose also wasn't on there too. So I'll have to add that on. Thank you. All right, continuing on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, a very large mass of floating ice that has broken off from a glacier. The second definition, a small ornamental metal case for holding a picture or other object. Iceberg is correct. There's a point for Bronny Lee. Starts with an L. It's usually on a little necklace. Usually have a picture of a loved one. And a small ornamental metal case for holding a picture or other object. Yes, 20. Ref Wolf, I see that is accurate. You were 21. You are on there. Lockett is correct. That is a point for you. You're at 4. Yeah, I watched the stream a little bit. I'm watching the stream. I do see you are on there, Ref Wolf. You are number 21. That means you're the 21st person to enter the Hall of Champions. Continuing on another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. First person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, a device that can take photographs or motion pictures. Second definition, a thin strand of metal. No problem, Ref Wolf. Camera is correct. Point for Brawny. Wire is correct. Point for Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, you're at 10. Brawny's at 2. We're going to continue on. We have about 7-8 minutes. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. Bro said Canada. The first definition, someone in charge of a group of workers. The second definition, the larva of a fly, similar to a small worm in appearance. Is not a leader, is not a boss. This is close. Although this would be a boss. Think of like one of the highest levels on a construction site. Someone in charge of a group of workers. Think of the highest level of like a construction site, or one of the highest levels. I don't know if it's the highest. Not a manager. Starts with an F. Maggot was correct, though, for the second one. That's a point for Ref Wolf. I'm going to put a few seconds on the clock if nobody gets it. All right, going to stop it there. Oh, Foreman is correct. Richard, you got it right before I hit the buzzer. Were you the first person to get it? It looks like you were. Continuing on, another point for Richard. Oops, let me make sure that's good enough. We're going to play another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, the color of the sky on a clear day. The second definition, to blow out air from the nose and mouth in a violent way. Blue is correct. That's a point for Brawny. Sneeze is correct. That's a point for Richard Green. Brawny, you're at 43 points, and we have a little over 6.5 minutes left. We're going to play another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word. Oh, Brawny, you did say sneeze. Yep, I'm sorry. Yes, you did say sneeze. Thank you. To be fair, moving forward, when I have to show the chat, I'm going to start timing it and adding that to the end of the stream because I want to be as fair as possible. All right, we're going to play another round of Blurt, where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, a set of directions for preparing something to eat or drink. The second definition, an official in a person. An official in a prison who makes sure that certain laws are obeyed. Recipe is correct. Another point for Ronnie. The high score is currently at 50. Ronnie's at 45. An official in a prison who makes sure that certain laws are obeyed. This would be the highest person. That'd be Warden. Another point for Ronnie, who's at 46. We have about 5.5 minutes to go. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a small brown spot on the skin. The second definition, a daily record of a person's own experiences and thoughts. It is not whole. A small brown spot on the skin. Diary is correct. First person to say diary would be Richard Green. Just so you guys know, Bronny must get 51 points to beat the high score. Freckle is correct. First person on my screen to say freckle. I'm going to give it to Reffel because he had even though he had a typo, I'll give it to Reffel. Continue on another round of Blurt. If you tie the high score, you do not beat the high score. We're going to play another round of Blurt where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a small closet in a gymnasium or public place in which clothes and valuables can be locked up. The second definition, a knitted or crocheted outer garment worn on the upper part of the body. Locker is correct. 1 point for Yuvrav. And then, it's not scarf, it's not fleece. A knitted or crocheted outer garment worn on the upper part of the body. Sweater is correct. Another point for Bronny. Bronny, you're at 47. Going on to another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Simon D., you were at 13. You're in the lead. Bronny, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47. We're going to continue on. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first word. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the player. First person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, a large round rock. The second definition, a young horse, especially a male. Boulder is correct. Another point for Bronny, who's at 48. We're getting down to the wire. A young horse, especially a male. Isn't that a calf? Calf would be a young cow. A young horse, especially a male. So there's also a gun named after this. The person who made the first 5-shot cylinder gun has this in his name. Colt is correct. Another point for Bronny. Bronny, you're at 49. You are 2 points away from beating the high score. We have 2.5 minutes to go. We're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed to the players. The first definition, the 25th letter of the English alphabet. The second definition, a folding framework covered with fabric and used for protection from rain or sun. Y is correct. Another point for Bronny. You're currently at 50. 1 more point, Bronny, and you've beat the high score. A folding framework covered with fabric and used for protection from rain or sun. A folding framework covered with fabric and used for protection from rain or sun. We're going to go ahead and put 10 seconds on the clock. Umbrella is correct. First person on my screen who said it would be Scholar. Scholar, I have to add you to the scoreboard real quick and get you going. Scholar, welcome to the scoreboard. Looks like this is your first time earning a point on this game show, which means after this, I will be adding your name to the Hall of Fame. And we do have to get back to it because I know we're running down the wire. First person to correctly, I will give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to give me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. First definition, sliced bread, heated and browned. The second definition, a hard rubber disc used in ice hockey. Toast is correct. Bronny, you did it. Bronny, you did it. We're going to keep going. How far can you get? A hard rubber disc used in ice hockey. Puck is correct. First one to say it was Bronny. We have another 40 seconds. We're going to go over another round. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. And the first definition, up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a machine that automatically solves arithmetic problems. The second definition, a drug used to reduce fever and ease pain. Calculator is correct. Another point for Bronny. Aspirin is correct. Another point for Bronny. Do we have time for one more? We do not. That is officially time of the show. Bronny, congratulations. You beat the high score of this game with 54. 54 points is the new high score by Bronny. Javier's going to be punching there when he sees this score. Oh, Javier just got back. Oh, Javier just got in. Remember, guys, I can always show my screen to keep fair. Scholar, just so you know, we had to go down to the wire, so I had to... Congratulations for entering the Hall of Fame, where you just have to earn 1 point on this. Why isn't my thing working? Give me a second. There we go. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, Scholar, where you only need to earn 1 point on this game show to enter. All right, I'm going to read all the scores, and I'm going to announce the person who will be entering the Hall of Champions, who got the most points in one game, who's not already on there. Bronny, congratulations again with 54 points for the high score. Baronator, 4. I read the champion scores first. Just for Fun Fishing, 13. Can't wait to see him come in and see his score was beaten. Ref Wolf, 12. Dank Rose, 2. Richard Green, 5. All right, and now to read the scores for everyone else and announce who will be entering the Hall of Champions. We have Scholar, 1. Mike Tone, 6. Dale, 1. You've Rob, 5. And ladies and gentlemen, to announce the new winner would be Simon D at 13 points. Congratulations, Simon D. You are entered into the Hall of Champions. Congratulations, Simon D. Oh, wrong light. Not even close. I want to congratulate everybody. That was a really good game. All right, guys, I will be updating the Hall of Fame. We have a couple more people entering the Hall of Fame, like Scholar, Dale, Yuvrav, Simon D. I think you entered the Hall of Fame for the first time and the Hall of Champions. We'll be updating the high score and the Hall of Champions. And also, if anybody ever donates to this stream through Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, I'll add your name to the Hall of Support, where there's currently 3 people on there. Just message me your username, or if you'd like to stay anonymous. Congratulations, everybody. I will be streaming again 1 hour from now. Mr. Tinkles, welcome back. You just missed it right down to the wire. Bronny Lee beat the high score by 4 points. Can you get some high score music? You know, I'm going to have to add high score music. Let me go ahead and mark that down. You know what? Bronny, this is for you. I usually only play this 1 time per stream, but I'm going to play this for you for beating the high score. I will be adding high score music before tomorrow's stream. I can't do it today because an hour is not enough time. Because I have to reset everything. Ronnie for beating the high score. Congratulations. I would like to put on a show for whoever beats the high score. So we are going, I will be adding high score music. Just wrote it down. Updating right now. The high score is now at 54. Set by Ronnie Lee. And I do update the high score, the Hall of Champions, Hall of Support, and the Hall of Fame between streams. And I have to reset everything as well. Guys, that was a great one. Right down to the wire. That was a great one. That was a great one. Baronator said, no, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Simon D, congratulations. That was good. Bring back the wheel. Guys, I have the wheel. I had the... Oh, the wheel's right behind the camera. I can bring back the wheel. I can bring back the wheel. I put so many... Bronny, you don't got to thank me. Thank yourself. You earned it, brother. You earned it. Feels good? I'm sure it does. Just come back another... You got to come back next stream, and you will see your name on the high score. Feels good. It feels fun. It's fun for me to watch you guys beat the high score. I keep thinking it's not going to get beat again, and then you guys prove me wrong. It gets so exciting. Javier, I also thought it was unbeatable. And guys, I'm trying to be as fair as I possibly can. So moving forward, if I ever have to show the chat on screen, I'm going to start timing that time and adding it to the end of stream, since that is an interruption. So that should add several more minutes of fair gameplay to the stream, which means, Bronny, you got to come back and defend. Now, of course, the more people we get, the harder it is to enter the Hall of Champions, the harder it will beat the high score. But Bronny, good job. Bronny, skip the next stream just to let someone else get a chance to excel. You better hope Just for Fun Fishing or Javier isn't in here. It already sounds like Javier's coming back. Bronny, I bet it does feel good. I bet it does feel good. Richard Green, you said you're liking Family Feud. You know, that's a fun one. I'm glad you're liking it. It was our first time trying it. I'm glad you're liking it. I know Javier was looking forward to that. He'll see it on the next stream. You guys will start seeing new music specifically just for beating the high score on tomorrow's streams. I will not have enough time to integrate it in the hour I take off. And Simon D, welcome to the Hall of Champions. You won today's score. You got the highest score today out of everybody who wasn't on the Hall of Champions. Congratulations, Simon D. And I do even believe, Simon, I think I've seen you. Oh, Simon, yeah, you were in the Hall of Fame. You were number 95 on the Hall of Fame. I thought I recognized you. Some people come a few times before they enter the Hall of Fame. Sometimes that first point can be challenging, but once you get the flow, people start getting up there. Some people just come in and just boost right to the top, though. You did all that to make your name red on the board. Simon, good job. Richard Green said, me too, Javier. Just goes to show anything can happen, and that is not a rigged stream. Guys, I try. Thank you, Richard. I try so hard. Guys, I try so hard to make this as fair as I can, and I'm continuously adding things to make it as fair as possible. So I really appreciate you guys' support on this stream on its way up. I appreciate it. It's been another fun game and a pleasure as always, guys. Gonna make some food now. I gotta also take my break. I'll be back in 52 minutes for the second stream of the night. And then we have two more streams today. One at 7 o'clock. It's currently 6:08 my time, Central Time. We have another one at 7, and then another one at 10. All right, Bronny. All right, Richard. All right, guys. Guys, I'm going to have to end it here because I got to also make sure that I cook in time for the next stream as well. So I'm going to end it here, and I will be back in about 51 minutes. Congratulations, Simon D. Congratulations, Bronny. This has been great, guys. This has been great. I will be back. I do have to end it. I'll give you guys another minute because I do have to pop the balloons anyway. Might as well do it on stream. I'm glad you guys liked the new games. No problem, Simon. We do this multiple days a week. I try to do it every single day. I do have to take almost a day off. Next weekend, guys, I'm going to be out of town for a family event, so I will not be here next weekend. Unfortunately. My last stream for the week might be either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure yet. And then if I can't get back on Sunday, I'm going to try. I don't know what time we're getting home from vacation, but if I can't, well, it's a camp out. But if I can't get on Sunday, I'll be on next Monday. But we have a few more days in this week. Today, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the least. We have 5 days of streaming, guys. I will be back in about 50 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Congratulations again to Simon and Bronny. We'll go one more to pop. Ref Wolf, I would have hung out a little bit more with the stream on for you to name bears and stuff, but I got to eat. Have a good one, guys. I'll be back.